So let's begin second quarter with the topic polynomial functions. So before we start the discussion about polynomial functions, let's first have a brief review on how to determine whether a given polynomial expression is a polynomial or not. And let's try to give the reasons why they are not considered polynomial. So number one, we have the expression 14x. So 14x is a polynomial expression, yes or no? Yes, it is. And it is a monomial. Number two, we have 5x cubed minus 4 square root of 2x plus x. Is number two a polynomial expression, yes or no? The answer is no. Why? Because a polynomial has no fraction as exponent. Has no fraction. So where can I find the fraction there? So observe this. We have the given expression square root of 2x. This is what we call the radical form. In a given radical form, it has an equivalent exponential form. So this expression can be converted into its exponential form. So what is the exponential form of square root of 2x? So if you have 2x and this is square root, that means that is raised to 1/2. So meaning square root of 2x can also be converted as quantity 2x raised to 1/2. And as you can observe, we have a fraction exponent here. That's why this expression is not considered a polynomial. Okay? Because it has a fraction as its exponent. Number 3, we have negative 2014x. And this is a polynomial, of course. Next, x raised to 3/4 plus 3, x raised to 1/4 plus 7. Is this a polynomial? Well, this is not a polynomial. Again, a polynomial has no fraction as exponent. X raised to 3/4 is a fraction. 1/4 is a fraction. Next, number 5, we have 1/2x cubed plus 2/3x raised to 4 minus 3/4x raised to 5. Is this a polynomial? No, it is not a polynomial. Now, what is the reason why number 5 is not a polynomial? Because a polynomial has no variable or variables in the denominator. Now, as you can observe, x here are considered a variable. So, and it is located at the denominator. So, therefore, this is not a polynomial because it has a variable in the denominator. Next, how about pi? Is pi considered a polynomial? Actually, no. Why? Because pi is technically a value in which it involves the circumference of a circle. And what is the reason why it is not a polynomial? Pi is not a polynomial because every polynomial contains variables. And pi, if you will convert the value of pi, it has no variables. Therefore, pi is not a polynomial. Now, what are variables? Variables are unknowns in a given polynomial equation or polynomial expression or mathematical expression. Okay? Number 7, 3x raised to square root of 3 plus square root of 3x squared plus 9x minus 2. So the answer here is no. Why? The given expression number 7 is not a polynomial because a polynomial has no radical or radicals as exponent. And as you can see, square root of 3 is a radical expression, correct? So if it is a radical number or radical expression, therefore, and it is an exponent, therefore, the whole expression now is not considered a polynomial. Again, a polynomial must have no radical expression as radical or radicals as exponent. Next, number 8, x cubed plus 2x plus 1. Well, obviously, this is a polynomial. A polynomial with 3 terms, and that is called a trinomial. So we're done with a brief review about polynomials. Now, let's discuss a polynomial function. Sabi niya, a polynomial function is a function of the form f of x is equal to a sub n x raised to n plus a sub n minus 1 x raised to n plus 1 plus and so on until you arrive with a sub 1 x plus a sub 0, in which n here is considered the exponent of every terms. This is what we call the degree. Okay? So, in every values of n, they must be a positive number. So, dapat non-negative yung value ng n natin. Next, we have the coefficients. A sub n here, a sub n minus 1, a sub 1, and a sub 0 here are called coefficients. And every coefficients must be real numbers. So when you say real numbers, they can be both rational and irrational. Okay. Next. A sub nx raised to n is considered the leading term. How can we say that a given term is considered the leading term? Dapat ba lagi siyang nasa unahan? No. You have to look for the value of n. Dapat yung n niya is the highest exponent. Okay? So, kung siya yung pinakamataas ang exponent or degree, meaning siya yung tinatawag nating leading term. Next. A sub n is considered the leading coefficient. Remember, pag sinabi natin coefficient, they are real numbers. In short, wala silang variables. Okay? Next, we have a sub 0. A sub 0 here is considered the constant term. Every constant term is or doesn't have any variable. Automatically, constant term are just numbers. And remember, every polynomial functions can be determined can the degree be determined using the largest exponent on any x term in the polynomial. So kung ano yung pinakamataas na exponent natin, yun yung degree of function natin. Next, let's have an example. Say if we have f of x is equal to 5x cubed plus 3x squared minus 7. By the way, f of x can also be rewritten as y. Okay? Some are using y is equal to, pwede yun. They are functions. And going back, say if we have f of x is equal to 5x cubed plus 3x squared minus 7. Now, these are the coefficients. We have 5, positive 3, and negative 7. So, these are the coefficients. Next, the degree. 5x cubed has a degree of 3, and 3x squared has a degree of 2. Okay? Next, and they must be positive. And 3 and 2 are both positive. Now, what is now the degree of the given polynomial function? The degree of the polynomial function is 3. Why? Because the highest exponent is 3. Next, leading term. Say if you have 3 as a degree, how can we determine terms? Say if you have 5x cubed plus 3x squared minus 7. So this is the first term, cube. This is the second term, and negative 7 is the third term. Correct? Now, in these terms, nasan yung may pinakamataas na exponent? This one, x cubed. Correct? Therefore, the leading term is 5x cubed. Next, the leading term contains the leading coefficient. Okay? What is now the coefficient of 5x cubed? When you say coefficient, it is a real number in which tanggalin mo lang yung variable, yun na yung coefficient natin. So, the leading coefficient of 5x cubed is 5. Next, the constant term is negative 7. Okay. Next, every polynomial function has different forms. The first one is the standard form. So what is the standard form of a polynomial function? Every polynomial function can be rewritten as f of x is equal to x raised to 5 plus x raised to 4. This is just an example of a function in which it is written in standard form. So basically, it can be said that it is written in standard form if all the powers or the exponents are written in this decreasing order. So from highest exponent to the lowest exponent. And this is a constant. A constant has automatically an exponent of 0. So this is a sub 0. Okay? Next, the other one is the factored form. Factored form of a polynomial equation, function, should I say. Let's have an example. Say f of x is equal to x plus 1 quantity, x minus 3 quantity, x plus 2. So this is the factored form. Now, as for your activity, you will answer activity 2. Title, fix and move them, then fill me out. So, page 107 siya. Let's see the sample. Here is activity number 2. I'll be doing number 1 and number 4. And then you will do the rest. You will do items 2, 3, and 5. Okay? So, let's first read the activity. We have activity 2, title, fix and move them, and then fill me up. Consider the given polynomial functions and fill in the table below. So, if we have the function f of x is equal to 2 minus 11x plus 2x squared, on the second column, we will write the given function into its standard form. And on the third column, we will write down the degree of the given function. And on the fourth column, we have to write down the leading coefficient. And then we have to write down the constant term. Okay? So let's begin. Say number 1. Number 1, we have f of x. Give me time. I'm just gonna change my pen. So f of x is equal to 2 minus 11x plus 2x squared. Now, you have to be careful with the signs. Some students, their common mistakes always are the placement of signs. Okay? So, how can we rewrite this into its standard form? Sabi niya, every standard form must be written from decreasing order with regards to the exponent. So, observe mo muna yung function natin. Nasaan dito ang may pinakamataas ang exponent. So, ito may exponent na 2. This one has an exponent of 2. And this one has 1. And this is constant. So, a sub 0. Correct? Now, 2x squared contains the highest exponent. Therefore, mauna siya. 2x squared. And then next, we have, kung 2 yung exponent niya, decreasing tayo. So, mauning negative 11x raised to 1. Now, careful, this is negative 11x raised to 1. Okay? This is not 11x, but negative 11x. Kasi minsan, napansin ko on my previous years, hindi nila sinasama usually ang negative. So, turned out, imbis na 1 point na sila, mali pa sila. So, again, you have to be careful in placing the correct sites. Okay? Now, next. And the constant term, which is 2. Now, 2 is positive, correct? So, we have plus 2. So, this is now the standard form of the given function f of x is equal to 2 minus 11x plus 2x squared. So, isusulat mo lang siya doon. We have f of x is equal to 2x squared minus 11x plus 2. Okay. Now, the degree. Remember that the degree will be determined using the highest exponent. So, asan ang highest exponent natin dyan? Itong 2. Therefore, ang degree natin ay 2. Next, leading coefficient. When you say leading coefficient, this is the term in which it contains the highest exponent. So, ano yung leading coefficient natin? Anong term yon? So, we have, ito yung mga terms natin. 2x squared, negative 11x, at saka positive 2. So, asan dyan ang may pinakamataas ang exponent? Itong 2x squared. So, therefore, 2x squared is considered the leading term. Correct? So, if 2x squared is the leading term, ano yung leading coefficient niya? Pag sinabi mong coefficient, this is the number. Okay? This is the number in the given term. So, this is the leading term. So, kung leading term yan, ano yung number niya? Eh, di 2. So, 2 here is the leading coefficient. Okay? So, this is 2. Ma'am, dapat ba yung degree at saka leading coefficient laging pareho? No. Okay? Nagkataon lang na yung degree natin na 2 at saka yung leading coefficient na 2 ay pareho. Okay? Next, how about the constant term? Constant term are not only numbers. In a given polynomial function, this is the term in which it is a number only. It has no variable. So, asan dyan ang walang variable? Itong 2. Okay? So, 2. Oh, 2, 2, 2, 2. Ma'am, dapat ba yung degree, leading coefficient, constant term, laging pare-pareho? No. Nagkataon lang yan. Okay? Hindi sa lahat ng pagkakataon na ang degree, ang leading coefficient, ang constant term ay pareho. Nasaktuhan lang ng example natin. Okay? Next, let me do number 3. Number 3 is y. Ay, number 4. Should I say number 4? Number 4, y is equal to negative x, quantity x plus 3, quantity x minus 3. So, for you to get the standard form of this, you have to evaluate. You have to, so should I say, expand. Okay? You have to expand the given. Ano bang form ito? This is in a factored form. So, dahil naka-factored form siya, kailangan expand mo muna siya. So, let's start. Usually, ang ginagawa ko dyan, kung may meron sa labas na isa lang, na isang expression lang, ihuhuli ko na siya. So, unahin ko na to. Pairing muna tayo para mas madali. X plus 3 times x minus 3. Now, they have the same value of the first term, which is x and x. Tapos, meron silang 3 and 3. So, plus yung isa, minus yung isa. Therefore, this is a sum and difference of two binomials. Ibig sabihin, ang solve mo lang dyan yung first terms at saka yung last terms natin. So, x times x, x squared. So, x times x is x squared. And then 3 times 3 times 3 is, should I say positive 3 times negative 3. So, that is negative 9. So, this is negative 9. So, this is equal to x squared minus 9. Okay? And then, we still have negative x. Yung natitira nating negative x dito. We still have negative x. So, we have negative x times x squared minus 9. And you just simply need to distribute negative x to all the values. Or should I say to all the terms. So, negative x times x squared. So, positive times negative, negative. And you are multiplying variables that contains the same base. So, anong gagawin natin sa exponent nila? Negative x has an exponent of 1. So, anong gagawin sa exponent nila? I-add mo. So, this is the same base, x. So, 1 plus 2. And 1 plus 2, that is 3. So, you have negative x cubed. So, this is negative x cubed. Next, negative times negative 9. Negative x times negative 9. Negative times negative. Let me arrange it properly. So, negative x times negative 9. Negative times negative is positive. X times 9 is 9x. So, we have positive 9x. So, plus 9x. And this is now, say y is equal to negative x cubed plus 9x. This is now the standard form. Okay? So, number 4, ang standard form niya is negative y is equal to negative x cubed plus 9. Okay? Now, next, ano ang degree nung given polynomial function natin? Obviously, the degree is 3. Leading coefficient, ang leading coefficient natin ay nasa leading term natin. So, ano yung leading term natin? If you have negative x cubed plus 9, ang leading term natin ito kasi meron siyang pinakamataas na exponent. So, negative x cubed ang ating leading term. Ano ang numerical value or ano ang coefficient ng negative x cubed? And that is 1. Kasi automatically pag walang nakasulat, that is 1. So, ang leading coefficient natin is 1. Next, how about the constant term? The constant term is 9. So, nakita nyo, hindi sa lahat ng pagkakataon pare-pareho. Actually, hindi talaga. Usually lang. Napatsyempo lang sa example number 1. Say, in number 4, if you have y is equal to negative x, quantity x plus 3, quantity x minus 3, the standard form of that is y is equal to negative x cubed plus 9. And the degree of the given polynomial function is 3, while the leading coefficient is 1, and the constant term is 9. So, your turn, you have to answer items 5, 2, 3, and 5.